Welcome back to the Swanee Sports Academy. Glad that you are with us right here at SUV TV. Joel Hillsman, glad to be here with you. It is the Kentucky Premier sophomore team taking on Team Elite sophomore team. And Kentucky will be in the black and green, and the Team Elite by Coach Pointer, they are in the white, and we are underway. And Coach Chris Watkins joins me again.
Glad to be back. This will be a great matchup we have here on Championship Sunday.
Abby Buckner to the lane, layup, scooping, and score. Middle Tennessee Christian. Abby Buckner, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, with that hoop, 2-0. And now Buckner with the steal for Kentucky Premier. Gets it up ahead, down on the left side to Robbins. Robbins down underneath. They are fighting and scrapping for it, and Team Elite going to come away with it, and we've got a whistle, and they will go the opposite direction.
For those of you out here watching on the broadcast, there's two players that are really going to be, players to watch in this game. You got Blair Green from Kentucky Premier, a standout player. We've had a number of our Peach State basketball events. Also want to keep an eye out for Devin Lowe, number 22 out of Woodstock High School of 2017.
Woodstock High School made them a run this year in Georgia. And Devin Lowe will be leading them. She is number 22, but right there's another hoop. That is Maddie Waldrop, 6'2" out of Murray. So Team Elite, head coach is Kurt Pointer. They are in. There's a jumper, and it is good. So now we're in a 4-4 ball game. A minute and some change going by here in the first half. Remember, 2 16-minute halves. So here comes Kentucky as Robbins, they break the press, gets it up ahead to Abby Buckner. Buckner to Blair Green. Green with the turnover, though. Nice size out of Harlan County, 6'2", Blair Green. So here comes Team Elite. They're all in the white with pink numbers. Kick it down low in the middle, and that's Wiggins. Wiggins had to knock it back. They save it, kick it out. Here comes a long top side three. Good. Sadia Munford out of Jonesboro with the three. And Jonesboro had them a deep run in the playoffs as well on the girls' side until they ran into Asia Durr.
When you see these elite teams you have here, Team Elite versus Kentucky Premier. Kentucky Premier throughout their program actually, I believe, had 35 different players in their program top to bottom that competed for state championships in the state of Kentucky. Team Elite, you hear us make multiple references to the runs that their high school teams made. So when you take these players off elite high school programs and then put them all together, that's why you have programs here that are involved in Nike EYBL circuit.
I mean, you just look at it. I mean, we talk about it as Team Elite. It really is elite. Tia Shorter with Archer. They made them a deep playoff run. Marissa Bruce with Buford was able to see them in the semifinals and then in the state championship in Georgia. Mundy's Mill and Rayana Johnson, Tamaya Lewis, North Atlanta. It is, Coach Watkins, as you mentioned, elite. 7-6, and Team Elite does have the lead on the Kentucky Premier squad. As you go down and you look at them now, no slouches either with who they've gotten. You mentioned Blair Green, Harlan County. They had them a pretty good run, and that pass was ripped and stolen by Robbins. Segan Robbins had it blocked. Now they come up to the hoop. Here comes Premier. Get it up ahead, and here comes Munford. Munford gonna go all the way. Shot no good. Got fouled on the way up, and she will go to the line.
One thing you're going to notice about both of these programs, they run good stuff. You'll see them step in. They'll press when they need to. They're going to run sets in the half court. As you see, we got a timeout here from Coach Pointer. Looked like he was a little disappointed in what was happening there on the offensive end. Look for them to run a number of sets to get their guards good looks. They'll get it inside. Both teams are going to show presses on the defensive end of the floor. This should be an up-tempo game throughout.
Team Elite, Coach Pointer in the huddle, very emphatic and candid. And then you take a look at Kentucky Premier head coach, and that's Trent Milby. He's in his huddle as well. A little more relaxed, a little more chill, but as that game goes, I'm guaranteeing you it will change. But very excited to see this Team Elite team and Coach Pointer really have them ready, all in the white and the pink. So on the floor is Sadia Mumford, number 10. She's going to the free throw line. Vanessa Blackman out of Woodland High School is also on the floor. And then we talked about Devin Lowe out of Woodstock. She's on the floor for Team Elite. And the free throw, first one, is no good.
Blackman out of Woodland, she's going to see a player. She gets to the lane almost whenever she wants on the offensive end. So look for her over the rest of the game to get into the paint and create for herself as well as others.
Sadia Mumford splits the free throws. It's 8-5. Now here comes Kentucky back in the green, in the black with the green. Long three, good. Abby Buckner, a deep three, 5'9". She's really got them off to a good start. And then there's a steal by Howard. Howard goes in, and let's see, we've got a jump ball called. Blair Green, Abby Buckner, Haley Howard, Segan Robbins, and Maddie Waldrop, the 5 on the floor for Kentucky Premier. Puts it on the floor, bouncing it with the left hand is Blackman. Blackman down low, they kick it up, there's a shot off, no good. Tip, fight for the rebound, comes away with it, no good. That was Johnson in from Mundy's Mill. There's a steal, Devin Lowe. Lowe gives it off, and it is good, Munford. Sadia Mumford with the layup. Robbins with a tricky dribble. Now, nice dime look. Waldrop underneath, count it. And the foul, Maddie Waldrop, 6'2", Murray, Kentucky. And she will go to the line to try and complete the three-point play.
Kentucky Premier obviously has scouted out this Team Elite team. They knew that press was coming. As the run and jump was coming there on the defensive end, offensive player made sure to spin away from it. And then when you're able to do that and beat a press, you're able to get into the set right there and create on the offensive end.
Unable to complete the three-point play, so now in, down the lane, shot up, no good. Fouled as she was going to the hoop is Vanessa Blackman. Celeste Okoro checking in now, 6'3", out of O'Fallon Township for Kentucky Premier when she gets the next opportunity. Bounce pass, shot is no good, but a foul, and that foul is going to be on Sadia Mumford. Blair Green going to the free throw line, and Coach Watkins, you talked about Blair, off to a slow start right now. Abby Buckner, the story right now for Kentucky Premier. They trail 12-10.
She's definitely came out here early, offense, looking for offensive scoring prowess. That's what you want, and you're going to see in this type of game, you're going to see somebody's going to identify themselves early on the offense. The other coach is going to key in on them probably at halftime or during a timeout, and then that's when the game's going to open up for the rest of the team.
Free throw good from Blair Green, so she scratches, and in the book it's 12-11. More substitutions getting ready to come in for Kentucky Premier. Kia Pankins will check in, and she will come in for Blair Green. Bounce pass across, down the lane, Blackman, no good. Celeste Okoro there defensively. Driving down the lane, Munford got it blocked by Okoro. She comes off of the bench and gets 2 blocks. At 6'3" and a sophomore, a lot of upside early for her. Now dribbling on this left side, Robbins shot no good. Rebound, they get it up, and here comes Devin Lowe. Lowe gonna go all the way, easy layup. No, was not easy. Tipped it around, a rebound, they fight for it. Mumford comes back away with it off the steal. Kick it over to Blackman. Blackman down low, Lowe good. Lowe got that layup, 5'7" Woodstock High. Coach Pointer really employing his team to play. It's 14-12. Shot is no good. They tip it around. Rebound is going to come out. And now here comes Low again, Low with the Euro step. Float good. Devin Lowe now beginning to take over and command the attention that she wants here in this ball game.
As a broadcaster, you always like when you mention a player about being a standout in the game, they go out and make you look good.
Isn't that right? There's Celeste Okoro with the hoop there. Okoro came off the bench, got her 2 blocks, and now got a hoop.
She's making her presence known since she stepped in the game here over the last minute and a half.
Exactly. A long 3 is no good by Robbins. Rebound going to come down to Blackman. Blackman now, whoop, there's a travel right there. Can't do that. Walking now, that's Mariah Hopkins out of North Cobb, 6 feet. Nice sized girls in this ball game. I'm really interested in Okoro, though, at 6'3", O'Fallon Township. That's out of the Illinois. So with this Kentucky Premier team, and she's just a sophomore. If she's not done, she may wind up 6'5", 6'6". Emily Sexton is in now out of Mayo, Kentucky, and they had them a pretty good basketball team. Someone's hairpiece is out at the top of the key. There's a driving layup and a foul as Haley Howard out of Marion County was going to the hoop. Natalie Collins also in out of Eastern.
Natalie Collins is a player that can definitely knock down the open shot. If she gets open, she can definitely get cooking here in this game.
Hallie Howard makes the free throw. Marion County at 5'6", she'll get another free throw attempt, 16-15. And now we are tied at 16 all. Nice cut in the lane. They kick it back out. There's Tia Shorter with it. Dumps it down low. They swing it back around. Here's Munford. Munford kicks it back out to Tamaya Lewis. Lewis now dumps it in. There's a jumper. It is no good. Off to the left was Marissa Bruce. Marissa Bruce from Buford High School. State champs in the 4A classification for Georgia. Walking it into the full court, Haley Howard. Howard drives down the lane. They kick it out a long corner 3. No good. Shorter and Bruce go fighting for it. They pick it up. Shot is rolling around good. Now here's Mumford into the full court, 18-16. So Kentucky now has caught them and have taken the lead. Swing it over in this corner. Hold it. Now going to go down the baseline. There's a float too high. No good up there by Hopkins. Comes down with it now. Here comes Kentucky Premier into the full court, Emily Sexton. Sexton with a nice pass. Gonna go driving down the lane. Look at Okoro. One dribble. Got it blocked. Mumford not intimidated by the size. Blocked the 6'3" shot. Woo!
She won't take it up like that again, I assure you.
Yes, he'll go stronger next time. But Mumford showing the heart and goes up and blocks it. Down on the baseline, they kick it out. Here's a long left white ring 3, good. Haley Howard cracks her a 3 just right of the key. 21-16, it's a 7-0 run. Munford, they run it to Tia Shorter over to Bruce. Bruce jumper, no good. Rebound is gonna come down to Emily Sexton. Sexton now pushing it. Sexton all the way, layup good. Check it, that's not Sexton on the break, that's Howard. Haley Howard now with 5 quick points, 23-16. Coach Corner has to call time. Team Elite trailing. This Kentucky Premier squad looking very nice. Take a look at this fast break again, and as you can see, Haley Howard with that blazing speed all the way, layup is good. And that takes the run all the way out to 9, a 9-0 run since it was 16-14 from Kentucky Premier.
You know, and just that highlight there shows you what's so special about making it here to Championship Sunday at PeachStateBasketball.com events. To have the ability to play on SUV TV, you know, it's just second to none.
Indeed. I've been able to keep up with a lot of tournaments myself, get my schooling knowledge up with SUV TV. PeachStateBasketball.com, any gym is home. The home gym today is Sawney Sports Academy Cobb at the All-Tournament Players Park. There's a 3, Tia Shorter out of the corner, no good. Rebound's gonna come down, they knock it away and steal it fight for it. That's Rihanna Johnson. She lost it. Now here comes Kentucky Premier quickly into the forecourt. Hanging over on this left corner. Good trap. Trap over there. Good trap from, got me an unlisted. Nope, I got it. Wiggins. Sydney Wiggins. Harrison was in over on that trap. Hankins makes her drive. Couldn't do it. Kicks it back over. Now there's a top side. Sexton. Sexton puts it on the floor between the rings. Now she comes back out. Being picked up and guarded by Wiggins. Swings it over to the left now to Pankins. Pankins bounces over. There's a long three. No good. Tip fight for the rebound. They battle for it. Pankins gets it. And a jump ball, and it will stay Kentucky Premier basketball.
Look for that set that Kentucky Premier was trying to run right there to be effective for them. They try to go ball screen, screen and pop, and then look for the high-low action. Weren't able to get it that time.
Maddie Waldrop checks in for Kentucky, and she has a turnover still by Blackman. Vanessa Blackman on the break, gives it off to Devin Lowe, easy layup, good. Needed that hoop, that ends the 9-0 run. It is 23-18 now, Team Elite in that run, and they cut it down back to 5. Haley Howard trapped. Howard trapped in a jump ball, and it will be Team Elite's ball. Team Elite all in the white, and they got the pink numbers.
Coach Pointer's changed the defensive game plan up there a little bit. As opposed to trying to trap in the back court, they're trying to trap here right over the front court and then choke out or deny that reversal pass there right back at half.
Exactly. Swing it back across this way now. Here's Blackman. Blackman holding it out between the rings as they go through their offensive set. A long three. Wiggins short. Front of the iron. No good. Rebound. Blackman skied for it. Back to Wiggins. She pulls the jumper good. Step just inside that three-point line and knock that jumper in. It's 23-20. They've cut the lead down to 3. Long skip pass. There's a long three by Collins. No good. Back iron. Tip fought around. Wiggins with the rebound for Team Elite. Gets it up ahead maybe to Lowe. Lowe now swings it. Whoop, pass knocked away but recovered by Lowe. Lowe pump fakes now. Swings it. Skip pass across the shorter. Shorter drives. And it's a turnover. Taken away off of the bad pass. 2-on-1 break for Premier and a foul on the break. And that foul will go to Sydney Harrison. Excuse me, Sydney Wiggins out of Harrison High School, 5'10". And going to the free throw line, we'll find it will be Haley Howard. So she's had her imprint on the game so far. 23-20, they've got the lead. And 2 free throws for Miss Howard, and the first one is good. And Sadia Munford checks back in. Tia Shorter will take a seat. Pankins goes out. Emily Sexton goes out. And Natalie Collins goes out for Kentucky. Haley Howard free throw is good. She made both of them. And the lead goes back up to 5. And now India Green checks in, 5'11" out of Mayo in Louisville. And you know Kentucky is basketball, okay? One of the best high school basketball playoff formats in the country. Wiggins, a 3 in the corner, shooting it with confidence. Knocked it in. It's 25-23 out of that left corner. Green is trapped by Lowe. Swings it back around. Ball reversal. There it is. Now Waldrop. Waldrop had it blocked away. Nice block. That was Johnson. Rihanna Johnson out of Monday's Mill with the block. Wiggins is a gunner. Shot no good. Little bit of a heat check. Passes it up ahead. India Green now was the person intended for that pass and did not get it. Mumford into the forecourt. Blackman stop, jumper, good, elbow, and the foul. Vanessa Blackman, 25-25, so they've erased that lead and has an opportunity to take the lead.
Really like how the tempo of this game is picked up here in the last 6 or 7 minutes.
6:20 to go, 1 shot coming up now for Vanessa Blackman.
If this game is any precursor to the game that we're going to have between the 2 older teams here, the Team Elite and Kentucky Premier here in the next matchup, I can't wait to watch that game as well.
I know, this here is beautiful right here. You can tell it is good basketball, and if you're a basketball person, you love good basketball. They fight for it. Steal by Lowe. Gets it up ahead. Here comes Wiggins. Wiggins layup good. Wiggins with the layup off the glass, and Coach Pointer is high-fiving them. They've got that lead, 28-25. They answered that run with a run of their own, 6:06 to go.
And what's able to happen when you start playing like that defensively, you're able to get a couple bumps in that couldn't necessarily be called fouls, but because the tempo's going so fast, the officials are going to let a lot of that go.
Exactly. Officiating has really been well here as we get ready to take a look at an outstanding replay from SUV TV. And Devin Lowe on that drop off for the layup over to over to Mumford earlier. All sophomores on the team power team, and then there are some sophomores, some freshmen, and an 8th grader for this Kentucky Premier team. Raquel Reese yet to check in, yet to see any floor time right now for Kentucky Premier. Championship Sunday, bounce pass down, India Green shot, no good. Fight for the rebound, she does get it. Mumford, Waldron, got it blocked in there by Bruce. No, that's Johnson, excuse me. Bruce and Johnson both have the braids, and the numbers on the Team Elite jerseys are low down on the left side. Rebound comes down to Blackman. Blackman gets it up ahead. Here's Mumford. Mumford all the way, got it blocked out of bounds. Blair Green. Green still off to that slow start. So Haley Howard will check in out of Marion County now for Kentucky. India Green will take a seat. Into the forecourt, swinging over on the right side. Howard, nice bounce pass. As Buckner is back in, Abby Buckner, but the pass is going to be stolen by Vanessa Blackman. Blackman pass over low, goes flying into the bench area. And it will be Kentucky basketball. So Haley Howard inbounds. And inbounds it to Segan Robbins, who checks in, 5'9". And Celeste Okoro getting ready to check back in as well. There's a jumper good by Maddie Waldrop. Waldrop with that jumper. Shot up good. Ariana Johnson and the foul. Good dime drop there, 30-27. She'll be going to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play. Okoro checks in and Waldrop goes out. Good size between Maddie Waldrop, India Green, and Celeste Okoro, and of course Blair Green. So good size from this Kentucky Premier squad. Johnson free throw, no good. Rebound is Okoro. Okoro now foul, and it is on Sadia Mumford. Blair Green pass stolen by Devin Lowe. Lowe gonna go all the way. Good defense by Howard. Now she drops it back off. Shot blocked over there. Blackman unable to get any points out of that, which started as a 1-on-0 break. Long three. Buckner left hands it up there. No good. Rebound crashing the glass is Rihanna Johnson. Johnson up to Lowe. Lowe, nice skip cross pass to Vanessa Blackman. Layup good. 32-27. They got those 2 points back and executed that fast break.
You hear Coach Pointer telling Lowe that we don't need that foul right there. If this is a real size court, the term is always we don't need a foul 94 feet away from the basket.
Exactly.
But the way they're playing, you can see how a player gets so excited, made a couple plays on defensive end, you just get caught up in there.
And now she takes a seat just to give her a minute to cool down a little bit. A long three, Howard, rotation no good. Okoro on the rebound, put back good. I like Celeste Okoro. Limited minutes, but she's been very effective and impactful in the time that she's had on the floor. Zone defense now from Kentucky Premier. Johnson spin blocked and a foul called on Okoro. Looked like it was all ball from here.
She's got her hand in there a little bit. You know, we talked in a previous broadcast about just being vertical. She is so tall and so long that she doesn't even necessarily have to jump. She just has to just wall up right in front of the defender. If you watch the NBA, a great person that's real good at that is Omar Asik. Actually does that. I mean, he signed like, what, a $40 or $50 million contract for doing that.
Backloaded for Houston, Isaac really well, and now he's with the Pelicans, which will make them, if they get into the playoffs, a threat with him and Davis on that front line. So here's Johnson on a second free throw, front iron, no good. They tip it around. Wiggins gets the offensive rebound. Sydney Wiggins, now she's going to decide what she wants to do. Makes a move, bounces, kicks it back over. There's a jumper. Vanessa Blackman in and out, rebound Munford. Munford gets it down low, they fight for it. And as a jump ball, this is a pretty good game. And just think about it. You got multiple years to watch these young ladies develop. Into the forecourt now. With the left hand dribble is Robin. And a turnover. She couldn't get it over there to Sexton. Come back this way and be Team Elite basketball. Coach Pointer. Tia Shorter gets it as they flash. Blackman kicks it back out top. Here's Munford. Munford down low to Johnson into the turnover. Okura gets the steal. Now gives it up to Robbins. Robbins quickly over to Haley Howard. Howard penetrates. Layup good. Nice drive. 33-31. Cut it to 2. Get it up ahead quickly. Here's Munford. Munford trying to attack. Shot no good. Rebound is going to come down. And here's Pankins. Pankins now going to run the floor a little bit with it. Stop, picks it up, in trouble, swings it over to Howard. Howard, a right wing three, short, no good. Rebound off of the side of the iron. Here comes Munford. Munford, bounce pass. It was stolen. Good play by Robbins. Read that passing lane, knew the pass was coming and got her hands there. Sexton. Sexton holds it into the full court, and a time is called as Coach Milby did not like that they were stuck right there. And it is a 30-second timeout, 33-31, Team Elite leading by 2 with 2:39 to go first half.
You know, Kentucky Premier, if you're watching this and you didn't see the score, you might think that Team Elite has a huge lead, currently only up by 2 points, because Kentucky Premier, they score a couple and then it gets chaotic for a little bit, but then they get a good bucket. You know, definitely, I think they'll look to make some adjustments at halftime in terms of how they're going to attack this Elite press.
And it will look like it will going to come down. Each team has answered big runs from each team. So 2:39 to go in a 2-point game. Kentucky Premier in the black. They are moving right to left, and Team Elite in the white. They are moving left to right. Glad that you're with us, SUV TV. PeachStateBasketball.com. Any gym is home.
One player that's done a great job for Kentucky Premier in this first half of keeping her team in the game is Howard, and just her speed on the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, Haley Howard has really commanded that and has played well. There's a drive, but a foul now on the play. Here's Celeste Okora. Okora swings it over to Pankins. Pankins puts it on the floor. Spin move off the glass. No good. They tip, fight for it. Out of bounds, and let's see who it will be out on. Mariah Lee Hopkins is also checked back in for Team Elite. Kick it out to Okora. Okora now swings it over in this left side. Here's Segan Robbins. Robbins now to Sexton. Sexton floater up and in good. Wiggins into the full court, now swings it over, they kick it in the middle. There's Mariah Hopkins, shot no good, off of the back of iron, and now here's Hopkins got in on the play and tipped it out of bounds. It'll be Kentucky basketball. Joe Hilton, Chris Watkins here with you, just under 2 minutes in a tie ball game, 33-33. The sophomore squads for Kentucky Premier and for Team Elite. There's a drive by Howard, no good. Rebound is up, no. Tip, fight for it. Shot good. Pankins with the hoop. Oh, Sexton, excuse me, number 3. Kick it back. Blackman holds it. Now Tia Shorter swings it, fans it across. Wiggins, jumper, good. She just looks so confident when she strokes that J, doesn't she, Chris?
Yeah, she hasn't seen a shot she has not liked today. She has definitely been playing high-caliber basketball here in the first half.
36-35. They got a 1-point lead on that Wiggins triple. Sexton dumps it down low, and there's a steal. Here comes Wiggins. Wiggins leading the 3-on-2. Oh, look off. No good. Wiggins on the follow, good. She looked it off to Tamaya Lewis, who missed it and then followed it to put it back in. I know she's got at least 8, 38-35. 55 seconds now in this first half. swing it over on the left side. There's a long three. Good. Emily Sexton. Oh, three ball. Kaboom.
Sexton's came out of this game today to make a name for herself here on SUV TV.
Yeah, and she's played very well. Her and Howard, I think, have really been the glue here in this first half. Shot no good. Akora's had good defense. They swing at Hopkins. Mariah Hopkins bounce pass, skipped over to Shorter. Shorter fans it in the corner to Wiggins. In and out on a three ball. Rebound down there. Fight for it is Lewis out of bounds. It will stay down with Team Elite. 15 and 16 seconds remaining. Devin Lowe checks back in. 5'7" out of Woodstock. And she gets Vanessa Blackman, who's 5'8" out of Woodland. On a hole for one now. Tamaya Lewis gonna bounce it over the low, kick it back. There's Wiggins. Wiggins steps in, jumper, good. Sydney Wiggins firing it away, 40-38 at the half. A very, very entertaining first half. Team Elite 40, Kentucky Premier 38. Chris, I'm ready for the second half.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, both these teams came ready to play. I mean, you know, it's high scoring, but they're playing defense. There's just been so many possessions of up and down basketball. Team Elite is keeping the pressure up, which is creating more opportunities essentially for both teams because there's so many more possessions in the game.
All right, second half coming up in about 90 seconds. 40-38, Team Elite leading. Second half action about to come your way here on SUV TV. PeachStateBasketball.com. Any gym is home. And now I got another one of my good buddies rotating in, Jonathan Hemingway and Hemi. Sydney Wiggins off the bench for Team Elite. 16 points for the game high so far.
Joel, I tell you, I saw a good tweet the other day talking about players and not worrying about if you start, but you know, be more worried about if you're playing major minutes. And I tell you what, Wiggins is a big-time player. Had a chance to watch her actually 2 weekends ago at the Spring Showdown. Big-time player, great length, can shoot the basketball, all sorts of talent out here on the court.
And the one thing that you and I talked about just here briefly off air, and I've said it on air, but just to emphatic again, they're young.
Yes.
They're young.
Yes. Yeah. Kirk Pointer here in the Atlanta area just does a terrific job.
Ooh.
Whoa.
A split by Rihanna Johnson out of Monday's Mill. Make sure everything is all right.
You normally see that with the cheerleaders, but
yeah.
that can happen with basketball players too. But as I was mentioning, Kirk Pointer here in the Atlanta area, David Tapley and Jared Parmalee up in the Kentucky area just do a fantastic job of identifying talent at a young age and getting them to play together.
Yeah, Trent Milby running this squad. Blair Green, who's a standout here for Kentucky, very quiet in that first half. They've really been carried by Abby Buckner and by Haley Howard at the guard spot, and then Emily Sexton out of Mayo has came in making a name for herself, and she's very young. 40-38, a minute gone by here in this second half. There's a jumper. Tia Shorter in and out, no good. Rebound's going to come down to Sydney Roggins of Kentucky Premier. They are in black, moving left to right. Here's Blair Green. Green going to go all the way down, dump it off to Munford. No good. Not Munford, but Maddie Waldrop, excuse me.
Good
Waldrop
pass.
Foul.
Good pass there by Blair Green, excuse me for just one moment. You mentioned her being a little bit quiet, and Blair Green is one of those watch list players that we have in the 2018 class as an elite prospect. And when you put up 38 points and a half and one of your elite players has, maybe not had their best, that really speaks to the other level of talent out there. Blair being very unselfish right there. She can affect the game in other ways than maybe just scoring.
Maddie Waldrop there splits her free throws, but to mention that point, when you can go on your bench and get 6'3" Celeste Accor, who I've been very, coming off the bench, 3 blocks, couple of boards and some rebounds and some points. Well, rebounds and boards are the same thing. They're just deep. Yeah. They've been able to show the vast talent that they've been able to have, with Green really being very quiet. Kick it back out top now. Here's Vanessa Blackman. Blackman between the rings and holds it over to Sadia Munford. Munford in that corner to Tia Shorter. Shorter down low to Johnson. They doubled and trapping and steal. Haley Howard came with that help, but then the pass was taken away by Blackman. Here's Munford. They got numbers. Bounce pass. Blocked by the rim, and now a layup is in there good.
And she got a little bit too far underneath that backboard there, but good job there of Team Elite with sticking with the play.
Blackman blocked Green shot. Now they fight for it on the floor. Bodies diving, and let's see. We'll have a jump ball. Team Elite in the white, and they're moving right to left, and Kentucky Premier in the black.
You keep mentioning Blackman's name, and I'm a big fan of hers. Saw her last year at our EBA Top 40 camp, and saw her again a couple of weekends ago at our Spring Showdown. Playmaking guard, and again, one of those type of players that can make a variety of plays, and it doesn't always have to be necessarily scoring. She can do it defensively, handling, setting the table for her teammates.
Here comes the microwave into the game. Sydney Wiggins off the bench, 16 points in that first half. Did not see a shot she didn't like, and she looked very comfortable shooting that basketball.
Expect Wiggins to be a name that we call not only a lot more in the second half, but for months to come. She's the next big prospect to come up through this Team Elite organization. When you look at their EYBL squad, you talk about Kayla Pointer, Erica Cassell, Autumn Newby, all of those kids. Expect Sydney Wiggins to be the next in line with all of those elite prospects.
Yeah, and Autumn Newby is just a fine athlete as well. And now here comes Celeste Accor, O'Fallon Township out of Illinois. She checks in, and now Natalie Collins checks in. Abby Buckner checks out. Abby Buckner has had her a pretty solid game.
Like Buckner a lot. Had her with us at the Coach Hemi Showcase back in March. Big-time shooter, but what she's showing me this weekend, she can affect the game with rebounding, defense, and other things on the court.
Yeah, and she actually got it started with the defense with the steal and lay to begin the game. There's a drive. Lowe lost it. Celeste Accor fighting for it. And Lowe came out grimacing. Was that a elbow or arm she's holding?
And it just got a little tangled up there, and Okoro, just being real strong with it, kind of pulled it, and I think Lowe just kind of got tangled up. It looks like she's fine, though.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, she said she was okay. Lowe will look the inbound, bounces it in. There's Blackman, float.
Good.
Very patient on the inbound.
Great example right there, and I've got to point this out, being a former coach myself. The screener oftentimes is the one that is open. Everybody wants to be the cutter, but in fact, if you want to shoot the basketball, set a good screen.
Yep. Here comes Haley Howard off the glass. Good. Haley Howard has had a very quiet but effective game. Well, I shouldn't say quiet. Don't have the book in front of me scoring-wise, but she has affected the game today. There's Johnson at the high post. The Blackman on the cut. No, and a foul. It might be on Green. It will. Foul on Blair Green, 6'2" out of Harlan County.
I really like what Team Elite is doing versus this Kentucky Premier zone. Spreading them out. They're putting shooters in the corner, making that high post entry, and then making a cut right off of it. And they're pulling out that that middle defender in the 2-3, and so now that opens up a seam for the guard to cut right down the lane. Let's see if Premier makes an adjustment with their defense.
One of the things that I like doing, you talk about your coaches, it's fun hearing you talk. I got lost on your website for about 3 hours. There's a steal by Wiggins. Wiggins layup good. She's got 18. And I mean, it's just so much. It's just so fun watching basketball with you and how you break it down. But you can see those things develop here at the club circuit level, and it's just good basketball, especially elite.
Without a doubt. And I tell you, the higher that you go up in the game of basketball, the more principles that you can see.
Yes.
You know, the high post action and things to cut off. And the difficult thing from a coaching standpoint is you don't want to control and manipulate the game so much that you take away the freedom of movement and stuff. But at the same time, you don't want to just have complete chaos either.
Exactly. And we've seen I've seen today good ball, good high-low action. Got some good dribble penetration and kick out. There's a jumper in the corner. It is good. 48-45 now. Team Elite with the lead. Here comes Wiggins. Wiggins puts it on the floor. Got ripped. Sexton took her cookies. Sexton now into the picked up by Lowe and gets it into the forecourt to Collins. Collins bounces it ahead to Green. Green going to go down the baseline. Got it blocked. Blackman again. Vanessa Blackman has literally been all over the basketball floor, whether it's passing, rebounding, or defending.
She's one of those kids that's going to fill up the stat sheet. She doesn't agree with that foul call there, and she might have a point, but you know, that's really the second or third time it's just since I've been on the broadcast here where she's got a deflection or even a block shot. Unfortunately, she gets called for that foul there.
Yeah, taking a look at Coach Pointer there. Running this program very well. Blackman did not like it, so now going to go with Marissa Bruce, who's going to check in from Buford. I was telling the viewers earlier, I have the roster in front of me, every school on this elite team roster went deep in the playoffs. That's how you know it's talent.
It's not on accident that those high schools go deep.
Exactly.
You know, the individuals definitely, you know, make up, you know, how far that you make the run there. And, you know, talk about Tia Shorter that's in the game, you know, teaming up with the Newbie sisters and such. You know, just success all the way along the line here with Team Elite.
Exactly. I think the only one that didn't go deep was South Gwinnett and Alexa Lewis, and she's yet to check in. Free throws were good by Green. It's 48-46 now.
See the versatility of Wiggins there, running the point, initiating the offense. Can do a number of different things other than just be a scorer.
Johnson's shot is no good. Rebound comes down to Collins. Collins out of Eastern. They had a good run in Kentucky as well. And there's a core in the lane. No good. Jumper. Rebound comes down to Sydney Wiggins. Up ahead, here comes Devin Lowe. Lowe all the way. Got it blocked. Blocked up out of there. Good defense there by Haley Howard. Little Haley Howard. Here she comes. Kicks it up ahead. Sexton. Right wing three. Hill of the rim. No good. Bounced around. Bruce goes fighting for it down on the ground. And we'll have a jump ball, I think. Coach Milby.
You mentioned number 25 there in black, Natalie Collins.
Yeah.
You know, definitely want to shout her out for a second. Longtime EBA participant, been to our Fab 5 and Super 64 camps. Have watched her develop and progress, you know, as a player, and really excited to see her with the Kentucky Premier family.
Tia Shorter picks up a foul. 5-8 out of Archer. We asked a lot of her next year and talked about playing with the Newbie sisters. Autumn will be back. Madison will be gone. And basically the only reason they don't have a state championship is because of Taya Cooper.
You're right. Sometimes, I remember the old quote from Gino Ariema. He said, I have Diana Taurasi and you don't. You know, sometimes when you've got the best player, that's all that matters. Unfortunately, that's the way it works sometimes in basketball.
It is. Free throw good by Kara Pankins out of Lafayette. It's now a one-point game. She split them. 48-47 with 10:45. Shorter out running the offense. They swing it to Bruce. Marissa Bruce, very impactful in her time at Buford this year. Wiggins came off that pin down, now goes between the legs, now takes it back out between the rings. Johnson holds it, Rihanna Johnson. Kicks it to Lowe, who came on a cut, spin, no good, hit the bottom of the backboard. Here they come out in transition now, pushing it is Collins. They push it toward that sideline. Sexton's pass is tipped. Collins recovers over to Howard. Howard in this corner. There's a jumper, good. Nice jumper, Pankins. Kara Pankins, 5'11", with that jumper. and they have the lead. Kentucky Premier 49-48.
Notice what Premier did right there. Got it up quick in transition, made a quick reversal, found the shooter in the corner. Good jumper there by Pankins to finish it off.
Low in that corner. On the right corner being worked on by Howard. There's a pass now. Bruce gets it now. Here comes Shorter. Shorter's pass deflected. Howard in on the play again, and here comes Haley Howard. Here comes Premier. Howard all the way. Bruce hustling her down, deflected it. Howard bounces it to Pankins. Pankins foul on the play. Brianna Johnson getting a lot of burn at 6 feet. Out of Mundy's Mill picks up the foul. 9:39 to go, and Kiera Pankins at the free throw line in a 1-point game.
Tight game, like you mentioned. Rihanna Johnson, 6 foot. You mentioned her before. Mundy's Mill High School plays a lot bigger than 6 foot. I just feel like, she's got a wingspan of, 6'2" or even 6'3". But that's an example right there talking about coaching, Joel. She didn't have to swat down, just go straight up right there, and she would have been able to affect that shot regardless. Young kid right there, just a sophomore, and if she can kind of correct that, and she'll need to correct going into this the spring and summertime viewing periods to stay out of foul trouble.
Johnson, as we speak of her, she checks out, and Mariah Lee Hopkins checks in for Team Elite. 51-49. Both free throws were good from Pankins. Low with the bounce pass, kicks it over. There's Shorter's jumper. It's long, no good. Maddie Waldrop with the board. Here's Sexton. Sexton leading the break to Pankins. Pankins layup good.
You gotta love a kid like Pankins. Hit the jumper, one possession, run the floor, and transition the next. Oh boy, she's having a big game here in the second half.
And it's deceptive.
Yes.
Very deceptive.
Yes. She's one of those kids that you think, oh, gonna come out here, screen, play some solid defense. But no, she can definitely make some plays to impact it on the offensive end.
Wiggins working, and let's see, what do we have? A whistle? Yeah, we got a push there on Emilia Sexton, 5'6" out of Male. Male, Kentucky. India Green also on this Kentucky Premier roster out of Male in the Louisville area. 8:52, so Munford is in. Hopkins, Low. Vanessa Blackman is back in, and Sydney Wiggins, the foul on the floor for Team Elite. For Premier, it's Collins, Pankins, Sexton, Howard, and Waldrop. A steal. Haley Howard going all the way, layup, high, no good. Pankins, offensive rebound, put back, no. Pankins kept it alive. Waldrop in, good, count it. Holy boy, 55-48. A nice little run now here for Kentucky. And another turnover. Sexton in on the play. And Mariah Hopkins is injured down here underneath on the lane. She's back up there, 5-on-4. Kick it over, here's Howard. Howard lost it, tipped away by Lowe. And Lowe's gonna catch that outlet, stop, layup off the glass, count it, and the foul.
Good left hand.
They needed that.
Good left hand, excuse me, Joel. And number 22 there in white, Devin Lowe, had our first look with Devin at the EBA Top 40 camp back in March. You always gotta love those kids that can go down in transition and be able to finish with either hand.
Right or left. I remember learning that, I don't know where I learned it at, 8, 9 years old, reading a basketball book. And someone said they couldn't make a left-hand layup, and that's why they made the team, because they could and the other guy didn't. I just always remembered that. Left and right, got to do both.
Well, it's one thing to be able to do it in the layup lines. Yes. It's another thing to be able to do it in a game, in a big situation, too.
But if you do it enough, muscle memory, that's just basketball. Left side, left hand, right side. A foul now, 55-51, completed the three-point play, did Devin Lowe. And they needed that hoop to stop that Kentucky run. 8:06 to go here in this second half. 2 16-minute halves as Haley Howard is at the free throw line, and the first one is good. So Kentucky Premier kind of trying to seize the momentum right now and keep Team Elite at a good distance. But Sydney Wiggins has been quiet and cooled down. Johnson is back in, so Mariah Lee Hopkins' stint on the floor was short. Lead goes up to 6 now. 57-51, Vanessa Blackman with the crossover dribble, gonna penetrate down the lane, scoop it up, no. Rebound Johnson, power dribble and a foul. No shot, when they're gonna call it on Pankins. Yeah, Kiera Pankins with the foul.
Got to mention these Kentucky Premier guards. You mentioned them before, Sexton and Howard as well. Yeah, doing it on both ends, the deflections, the energy, giving quality minutes right here for Coach Milby.
Low behind the back, tricky dribble, swings it over in the corner. There's Wiggins, a 3, good. She's got 21, folks. 21 already. 57-54. Cut it to 3. Here comes Sexton. The float. Good.
Right on cue.
Up ahead, here comes Lowe. They're pushing the press. She comes back with her float off the window. No good. Bank closed on a Sunday for Lowe. Waldrop being harassed by Lowe. Good pressure. And Munford shot in and got the steal. Munford layup good. Lowe missed it, but her defensive pressure and staying with it created that hoop. And now she reached and got a foul.
You notice there that they pressed off of a miss.
Yes, off a miss.
You know, and that's dangerous, but it takes a team that is not only very smart, but also very athletic and have a high basketball IQ to be able to make that work.
59-56. Sexton between the rings, looking to penetrate. She kicks it over to Howard. Howard gonna attack. She fans it over in the corner. There's a long three, short, rebound. Pankins again, no. Rebound, Blackman lost it off of her hand, and it's State Kentucky ball. Robbins, now they swing it over. Sexton a three, back iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Vanessa Blackman. Blackman into the forecourt. Blackman gonna go all the way, Euro step, up, count it, and the foul, Vanessa Blackman, and one.
Great footwork right there by Blackman. Looked like she was gonna go to the right hand on the right side, step back across and was able to finish right there.
Beautiful move. Celeste Curl goes to the scorer's table. She'll come in along with Blair Green. The size that Kentucky's able to interchange is just wonderful as well.
There's no doubt about it. Size, skill, athleticism, basketball IQ. Joel, you got to be impressed. This is a different brand of girls basketball than perhaps you would normally see during the course of a high school year.
Exactly. I mean, this is very good basketball, and me being a basketball head anyway, it is very enjoyable. You don't want to watch the ladies. I got news for you. They don't care. Long three, back iron, no good. Sexton. The game is tied, by the way, at 59. While we were yakking, Wiggins scoop, layup, count it, and the foul. She's got 23. Sydney Wiggins, Harrison High School, 5'10", and just fluid and comfortable. Oh, that's 23 points off the bench.
A star is born. Wiggins having a big day right here and putting Team Elite back up by 2.
Yeah, and going to try and give them a 3-point lead. That's just how this game has swung. The runs and the lead changes. Missed the free throw, rebound Munford. Munford, now they lose it. Blair Green going to take it away. Green now gets it up ahead. Here's Haley Howard. Howard now crossing into the forecourt. Howard going to go all the way down the lane. Layup left. No good. Rebound comes out of there. Johnson. Johnson up ahead to Blackman. Blackman to Low. Low stop. Back to Blackman.
Wow.
Unselfish layup good in transition.
What passing by Team Elite. Recognizing the open player. Got to love it.
63-59 now. The run goes to 7. Shot, floater, no good. Sexton. Wiggins, one-hand rebound with the left hand. She pulls it down, gets it up to Vanessa Blackman. Blackman into Johnson. Johnson underneath, a dribble to gather a step and goes up and in good.
Good finish.
And a timeout is called, 65-59 with 5:38. Kentucky Premier trailing. They called a time. Coach Pointer gonna go and take his time with Team Elite. This is elite level basketball, peachstatebasketball.com. Any gym is home. And the band is back together.
Oh, let's go.
It's too good. Brandon Clay had to rejoin. Clay, this is outstanding basketball. Me and him, I'm drooling over here. You know that, right?
Hey, listen now. I was sitting behind the Team Elite bench just a second ago. Game's 59, all Kirk Pointer says, we got to get him to call timeout. I only got 2. I ain't burning one. I got to get him to call timeout. looks at his bench and goes, 22. That's it, 22. They go into the 22 defense. They go on a 6-0 run, and they get Kentucky Premier to call timeout.
Yep. And actually the run is 6-0 from 59 to 59, but technically now it's at 10. It's a 10-0 run. It was 59-55.
What basketball, guys. I mean, you're talking about freshmen and sophomores in high school here. We're really looking at the future. These are the names that we're going to be talking about for a long time.
Good. And give me something to do the next 2 summers. Munford on the layup. It is no good. Rebound Blackman. Blackman no good. Blackman has been all over the place. A long three low. Back iron. High rebound. Big Celeste Okoro fight for it. Her and Munford. Munford has been in on a lot of plays as well. As now here comes Kiera Pankins back into the ball game. Blair Green goes out. Sexton goes out. And Blair Green, Brandon, is the one we were really looking forward to from Kentucky Premier. She's been quiet today.
Well, you know, it was interesting. I had the opportunity to watch her play yesterday and played really, really well. And the cool thing about this setting, and all of these kids will have invites to the Elite Basketball Academy Super 64 camp in June because of their play during the tournament, is there are so many players. You know, to consistently impose your will and dominate games, it allows you to understand why the best are so good. You know, whether that's a Taya Cooper, whether it's an Asia Dirk, kids that have come through the pipeline, and you go through spurts and stretches. And I think Macy Morris, from right there in her hometown, is a kid we can look at going to Kentucky next year, who learned how to impose her will, but it took her to her last summer playing on the big-time travel circuit. So that's something for Green to continue to work on.
Speaking of, we've talked about Sydney Wiggins with 23 points off the bench for Team Elite so far. She's got her hands on the ball. We're under 5 minutes, 4:44. Less than that, it is a 6-point Team Elite lead. Currently a 6-0 run since this game was tied at 59 all, and now a bad turnover out high away from the basket.
A little three-man weave right there and just get a little careless with the basketball, does Lowe right there.
Well, when we talked about this during the high school season, fellas, sometimes when your foot's on that gas, you want to push down even harder. And I think this is one of those times right now. As good as Team Elite Pointer's been, you want to continue to push down on that gas here as opposed to maybe letting up a little bit, trying to put yourself in position. Great pass there by Howard. It's a one-possession game. Oh, everything but the bottom of the net
Put
there,
a
fellas.
curl on the glass, and they're still on the offensive glass. Pankins shot up no, and she's going to go in there. Fighting in there. Abby Buckner has been very effective today, but we were talking about Pankins and how deceptive she's been. She has impacted the game a lot today for Kentucky Premier.
I really like Pankins, like what I see. She's one of those consummate glue players. You know, play on either end. She'll get rebounds, she'll hit the open shot, and you'll see her making free throws now.
And in that regard, John, she reminds me of former Blackman High School product Alex Johnson, who's moving on to the next level next year at Middle Tennessee State. You'll see one of her former high school teammates, Crystal Dangerfield, suiting up for Kentucky Premier here in the next one.
Yeah, Crystal Dangerfield. I can't wait. Ooh, I cannot wait. 65-61. We're under 4 minutes to go. We might be here a while with this one now. Down the lane, they batted her out of bounds. It will be Team Elite basketball. They will stay here. Team Elite in the white, moving right to left. Kentucky Premier in the black. They're moving left to right. Joel Hillsman, Brandon Clay, Jonathan Hemingway. I know it's big time now. Lowe holds the Blackman. And we're going to talk about her, Clay. Me and Hemi have talked about it. She's been all over the basketball court, stat stuffing.
No
blocks,
question.
deflections, rebounds, points, assisting, and now pulls the jumper. Back iron, hit of the rim, no good. They tap it around. Mumford gets the rebound and kick it back out. The Low, they'll reset it up by 4. You going to leave Wiggins that far open? Wiggins on the roll to Johnson. They came from behind and stole it. Johnson gets it back. Shot up, no good. Celeste Core grabs the rebound and secures it. They're going to have to let her dribble. Yep, gives it up ahead to Pankins. The guards need to come now. They've been well. Sexton didn't come that time. Buckner lost it as she went baseline, a turnover.
This is where Team Elite really thrives, is when their defense is creating their offense. And you saw it with that run, you know, previously. And now, obviously, Kirk Pointer here is going to want to milk some clock, you know, try to get this thing under 2 minutes and make Kentucky Premier foul them.
There it is, 2:57 and a push, and there's the foul. Sexton with the foul. 2:45 to go, Kentucky Premier and Team Elite in a game that has been as entertaining as described. And now a timeout, full timeout is called, and Coach Pointer grabs the board and about to go to work.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Kentucky Premier comes back out in. One of the areas that I thought Kirk Pointer had an advantage in coming into this game was just the seasoning of his backcourt in big-time games and competition. They played in our spring showdown a couple weeks ago. Were able to come away with a championship there. And all these Atlanta area-based guards get so much playing time together and even against each other during the season that you see this type of pressure, this type of pace. I thought Okoro has been great here for Kentucky Premier, and I think in a lot of ways now, Howard has got to step up for Premier. She really is the kid with the basketball in her hands. If they keep this same lineup on the floor, that's who you've got to look to be able to combat the speed of, you know, Blagman, and Lowe and Wiggins, and they just have so much depth and athleticism at the 1 through the 4 at any given moment in time. It's going to take a special performance in the last 2:45 to even it out.
Okora, Buckner, Pankins, Sexton, and Howard, the 5 on the floor for Kentucky Premier. Mumford, Wiggins, Blackman, Johnson.
Wow.
And a foul on the play down low.
Guys,
and that's Wiggins going to go to the free throw line, and Lowe on the floor for Team Elite.
Wiggins is so versatile.
Yes.
You know, we've seen her in multiple possessions now. One time being a lead handler, another time catching in the high post, and another time using the ball screen. You know, talk about, you know, a multi-tooled, you know, perimeter player. She can do it in a multitude of ways.
Wiggins knocks the free throw in. She's got 24, and I'll just remind you, she's coming off the bench. 66-61. When she checked in the second half, I just called it a microwave. Made both free throws. All right, Tia Shorter is going to come in. Now Coach Pointer going to go to a little bit more quickness as he takes Johnson out. Tia Shorter in. Tia Shorter. And Brandon, we talked about this. You mentioned Taya Cooper. That's the only reason Tia Shorter doesn't have a championship.
No question, man. When you look at, great move there. And that's a very Alex Johnson-like move, being able to use that left hand and finish there at the rim, the good size. But to finish the thought on Shorter and what she's done, and even Team Elite, you see the versatility where they're able to go offense for defense. They wanted to try to get something out of the press, and just a great move by Pankins to get a basket.
Yeah. Mumford holding as we come up on 2:05 to go, a 4-point game. Wiggins now holding between the rings. Sexton tries to get a count on her. Running a little weave action now. Here's Mumford. Mumford picked up by Howard on the cut. Turnover. Not what they wanted there. Turnover. It'll be Kentucky Premier ball.
You got to know what the objective is right here. Obviously, the backdoor cut is an option, but if you're trying to run clock, go ahead and let her make that cut, and then let the other kid fill in on the backside.
Important substitution here. Sagan Robbins in with the basketball. Yeah. That's another ball handler for Premier. It's a great adjustment there for Milby, and you see it pay dividends right away as she pushes the ball up and then finds the open player.
Immediately the jumper with Sexton is good. It's 67-60. So they need those points. 67-65 now. Kerr is going to check in. Glad that you're with us, SUV TV, PeachStateBasketball.com. Any gym is home. The home gym today, Cobb County, Marietta, Swanee Sports Academy, Cobb. It is Team Elite. It is Kentucky Premier. It's the sophomores right now. And Wiggins, we talked about her versatility now, the #1 primary ball handler, late and drives.
It's amazing. She reminds me of Taylor Gordon, who played at McEachern, but maybe a little more explosiveness at the same age with the basketball in her hand. But that same versatility in terms of her being able to make plays off of the bounce, even in the high post and even pinch post.
And they fight for it down low, and Okura and Lowe go battling for it. I think Okura has given them solid minutes in the post off the bench today.
Yeah, a new addition to the Premier program. Talked with Coach Tapley yesterday and said that he brought Okoro down in from up from Illinois, rather, and seems to be a pretty quality addition.
Fallon Township, she is quality. Gave them great minutes off the bench. There's Sexton, the float, short, no good. Pankins, offensive rebound, put back, no. Johnson gets the rebound, 70 seconds. It's a 2-point game. They floated up ahead. There's Wiggins. Wiggins all the way, scooping layup good. 26 for Wiggins. And that's not Andrew.
Hey, though, in a lot of ways, the frame and the explosion look like it, man.
It does. Sydney Wiggins, Harrison High School. Swing it over on the left side. Now they kick it back out between the rings. A 4-point game under 50 seconds. Here comes Howard. Howard to Sexton. Sexton now back out to Buckner. They swinging around the horn to Robbins. There's Pankins, a left corner three. Back iron, no good. Rebound comes down the low, and now maybe a foul will come up. They get it up ahead. Blackman is behind the defense. Catches it underneath, off the glass, and in good. Team Elite has pulled away here in the closing moment, 71-65.
Well, and this is one of those situations where, as you see, Robbins with the turnover to Wiggins, ironically, with the steal, where Wiggins has been the difference maker. And obviously a lot of people on both sides have contributed, but I think if you point to one person down the stretch in the last 8 minutes, whether it's the catch and the face up to the free throw line, whether it's the dribble drive she made with the little slink through two people to finish with her right hand at the rim, the steal a minute ago, she literally has been around the ball. Every time there's been a crucial possession or crucial play to be made, it's been Sydney Wiggins who's been right there in the mix of things.
Hey, a little foreshadowing. I think we're going to see another premier player come off the bench for Kirk Pointer's older team. Wait for it, Lee Carter.
Okay, I can't wait. This one is in the book, 71-65. An outstanding ball game as Team Elite downs the Kentucky Premier. More action coming up here from the PeachStateBasketball.com Championship Sunday right here, SUV TV.